Microphone check. Now it works, right? Microphone check. Now it works, right? Yes, finally. All right. Good thing. All right. So let's take it. Let's take this back, guys. What's up, everybody? This is Igor in Russia, home life. We're gonna be talking about interesting topic that comes up to various, people watching my channel about safety, and a lot of YouTubers say comment about feeling safe, especially like expats, American expats, Western expats in Russia. I, of course, am a foreigner traveling to Russia, so I have the same perspective, except that I think I've been traveling to Russia one of the longest times out of all YouTubers out there, foreign YouTubers out there, I believe. But the topic is safety, and welcome everybody. Keep joining. Join the chat, everybody. Hello, Black Cat. The legend himself is here. Gloria, hi. Petozi, yes, it works. Alexander Kovalenko, привет. Linnea Moy, we are international right now. Who else is here? All kinds of people. So I have prepared some of the different phases concerning the topic, but you are free to ask questions in the chat. And if you want to highlight your question, please use super chat, and I will get back to it. Thing is, for today, I will try to make it more professional than yesterday, and I will not necessarily jump into some questions overjoyed and breaking the topic discussion that I had before it. So let's try it that way. Cheers, everybody. Let's make the music a bit less. All right. Need to walk close, or maybe I had to keep the sun out of the eye, says Black Cat, here for all your needs. Yes, check out my Russian store, Russian shop, Igor's Russian shop, link in the description, link also in the chat. And you can have some Igor in Russia caps, Russian flags, or you can have McDonald's, Russian McDonald's, вкусная точка hats. It's all support the channel in a small way. The provision, it's basically, I don't get a lot out of it, but still it's nice to have support from you guys. Nelly, Russia, greetings from Murmansk region. Have you ever been in this region? No, I haven't, but I really want to travel. I want to see all of Russia. I just need time, and I'm ready to do it, to travel as soon as I get the chance to. All right, I guess we can hop on the topic and hope for people to jump to the stream as we continue. Guys, a lot of people who think about Russia probably thinks about something, first of all, dangerous, old, things looking bad, Rush, evil people, dirty people, all of these stereotypes. This is based on the stereotypes that have been over the decades, or maybe even 100 years, maintained for certain people, for example, Westerners, in this standoffish periods. There are different time periods when the standoff and negativity has been out there, but let's put it throughout the 1900s, of course, with the rise of the Bolsheviks, from that period already, and of course before that. And that's only because if you thought about Russia in negative ways, as I started this, as I described, that's because you are meant to. You are meant to by the, I don't know which offices are responsible in your country for that image to be maintained. But that's the basics. That's what they want you to know. And of course, with all the current events going on in the world with Russia, Ukraine, the Russophobia, of course, Russophobia is a whole different aspect of it. but still related to these negative stereotypes. And for the past 800 plus days, it's only been getting worse because of things that are basically 100% racism, Russophobia. It's more and more I don't know, somehow, what's the word? Finnish people help me out. Hyväksyttyä. Not appreciated. It's well, they have green lighted it. Basically, racism in the public eye is not as bad as all the other of the racism. So, uh, and one of these stereotypes is, of course, also that Russia is dangerous, and it doesn't help that many of the Western countries actually red light Russia, saying that you should not travel by any means. Do not travel to Russia. It's unsafe. It's dangerous. You're going to be abducted. You're going to be eaten. People going to hate you. People going to interrogate you just because you're, for example, a Westerner or from a country which is labeled in Russia as a non-friendly country, unfriendly country. So all of these stereotypes, if you don't know better, are out there, right? And before you travel to Russia, if you want to travel, it doesn't matter in this case. But unless you travel to Russia, you don't know better, except from my videos and some other videos on YouTube. And even then, people are fast to label you some kind of a propagandist, etc. When you actually, or me in my case, just showing you reality. So reality is, it is what it is. It's beautiful. Well, it's because it is beautiful. People are nice because people are nice. But we're gonna get into that in just a bit. And yes, a good comment already from Black Cat, for real. And this is, I agree. But I'm gonna giving you the lecture over here and going into the topic more and more deeper. And I'm gonna show you some images from my trips. So what else? So of course, one of the things is, of course, safety. And if you have watched my videos or some other videos, the answer is, in a super shortest way, is that, well, Russia is probably one of the safest place you ever been, even if you come from the Western countries, especially nowadays. I think the safety, public safety, in many ways might be thought of as going downhill in the West, in the big cities, when in Russia, actually, it's quite opposite. I'm gonna give you my opinion, but let's start off from the Western perspective. First of all, as even if you're a tourist arriving from South America, let's say, you travel to Finland by flying, or Istanbul, but let's say you're traveling through the land border, which is much more common for me. The first thing I know that some Finnish customs or border patrol, passport control, actually have trying to describe Russia as a scary place. Do not go there. I've heard that, like, personally, people told me that. And they ask me for my guidance, because I have a lot of guidance videos, how to travel to Russia, what to do in Russia. So they tell me, hey, the Finnish border, for example, they said they're going to get me into the army. They're going to send me to the front. Come on. And I said, hey, that's bullshit, live. And then another case is that Estonians might do the same thing as the last resort. And but once you get off through these temptations and cross the border, of course, the first impression is the Russian border control and customs. And I made some videos about that as well. Yes, good question. We're gonna go chronologically from the border into a few cities and towns, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about safety for foreigners and for locals, of course, but for foreigners especially, because most of my audience here is foreigner just like me. Okay, so the first impression is Russian border, and it's very often not as modern looking as the Western counterparts. That's for sure. It's a bit more like it's older. It's something that I don't know. In Russia, they don't put too much effort into. But then again, for example, if you fly to international airport, my few experiences are great. They are very modern, etc. But anyways, let's go to this older type of border control. So you go there, and if you're from an unfriendly country and it's 2024, you might feel scared a bit because Russian, like, what's the word for it? Officials. Russian officials, usually the basic of the face is really neutral at best, and they might try to intimidate you. Maybe not intimidate, they're going to ask you some questions, which is basically, if you understand Russian language, there's nothing to be afraid of. They are just strict questions, but because of the cultural barrier, you might feel that it's a very, very strong question. But again, just answer truthfully and you'll be fine. But in 2024, they're gonna want to know where you go, where you plan to go, etc. And because of the current events, they might have a talk with you as well if you're from a certain unfriendly countries, just to make sure. But I've heard that these people are still like very polite, etc. They just want to make sure you're a proper dude or do that. So at the hardest way might be is that they take you off somewhere to another building. Some might call it interrogation, but there's nothing to be afraid of. But anyways, this is the first phase. But if everything's fine, they're gonna let you in, and you head off to your city where you plan to stay. All right. First, what you're gonna see, and let's start off from the big cities, which is let's say from St. Petersburg, and I'm gonna put this thing here on. All right. So I have a little video from Nevsky. This is the center of St. Petersburg, and I'm gonna go jump all around from different aspects of the city life, from the safety and from the foreigner perspective. And before that, I have to answer Black Cat's question. So we one step back to the border. What electronics are allowed across the border for travelers? And basically everything is fine. If you travel personally and you have like basic iPhones or telephone or whatever, you have cameras, etc. Everything is fine. Even drones are fine, except that EU does not allow it. So you might be stopped on that side and actually accused of something. So don't bring any drones. And hold up, let's take this one here. Like I'm gonna take the music on. So no drones, but otherwise basic tech is all fine for sure. Russians are interested, especially if you bring a very valuable things in, especially if you're a Russian. They don't know if you're Russian or not before they ask you. So they might ask you about how much money you're bringing in, meaning that over 10,000 euros should be declared. 10,000 euros, man, I wish I had that type of money. But and speaking of money, you can support the channel with a super chat. Remember, guys. All right, had to put that in. Personal laptops are fine, but if you have multiple of them, and if some product is new products might be a problem because of taxation. On the European side, new products or some kind of tech might be a problem, like drones. Only drones is because of the chips and stuff that they are, etc. And on the way back, they are interested in the alcohol, which is now once again or vodka that is forbidden. All right, guys. So in general, let's say St. Petersburg right here, the city, the very, very city center of the greatest country, and this is probably the greatest city in the world. Very center. There's literally like millions of people walking around, and you never see, basically, you will never see anything that is dangerous if you're talking about public behavior. In Russia, you have to behave accordingly. You won't see, imagine, notice there's like a million people during the day here, or even maybe more, walking all here. So there's so many people. You will not see anybody drunk, drunk and behaving crazy. You will not see uh, drug addicts like walking around and terrorizing people. You will not see that because, in case they would go there, if there are any, they will be removed. Police work, you will see police, not too much, but you will see them frequently enough. But they're not running after criminals here because they are none. They are there to maintain the law and order. Hello, Ahmed. Hello, everybody. Join in the chat. What? I sent a membership earlier. Who said? Did I miss something? In case I missed Black Cat's memberships, thank you, thank you. But I didn't see it for some reason. All right. Thank you in case you did, and thank you always, Black Cat. Yes, and become members, guys, to see more. All right. So notice millions of people walking around, and everything is in order. People are fine. They're not robots like you might think. People, you're gonna see natural behavior, laughter, love, etc., all around. And there is another area which is more. I've been talking about it for just in for the contrast sake. I've talked about Sennaya Square, which is dangerous or infamous area, right? We're gonna go there as well, but let's stay here for a while on the. Hold up, let's go a bit forward. So you won't see. There are some, but you won't see pickpocketers. You won't see topics about crazy amounts of people stealing your money. You're gonna see a lot of, for example, during the Fridays and Saturdays, Sundays during the weekdays, you will see a lot of bands on the Nevsky, right? And Nevsky, usually, if there's a band in a good place, you're gonna get like a huge crowd. Well, based on what I've read about, notice here's a one person asking for money. That's a super rare thing, but yeah, he's asking for money. There he is, but nothing major, nothing like people, Romani people asking for, you know, coming to your face and asking for money. Or worst case scenario, like I said, there might be a big crowd of people, and some people are uh, using that chance to for while you're looking at the show or filming the band, they stealing your money. For example, on the right side of this place, there's usually a band. We're gonna go to next to Senna, which I've told you about. That is like a dangerous place, right? And I'm gonna explain a different contrast what you might see in the central of St. Petersburg, a city of around 7 million people. 7 million, one of the biggest in Europe, right after I think Istanbul and what else? Paris. Sennaya, and let's see, Igor in Russia. And also, Sennaya has this dangerous looking neighborhood as well. Oh, this is a good one. The marketplaces. Why don't I see Infinite Center? Yes, Sennaya Square after hours. All right, here it is. Let's go here. This is an older video. I don't know, just pushing whatever I see. I have so many videos, guys. All right. So not far from St. Petersburg, Nevsky, which is the main city, which is the main road, main street of St. Petersburg. The another huge center is Senne. It's like 10 minutes away. But this is a hub for three metro lines connecting. A lot of people live here. This is less touristy area, but this place is infamous, but still it's safe. The only difference is, of course, that you might see a little bit more of shady people, but they're all behaving well. And we have been to Sennaya and this nearby market at nighttime, and it looks pretty. It was pretty shady. I felt danger because of the dark time, but still, I wasn't afraid. I was actually, well, kind of. I still went there. Remember on the live stream during the nighttime, and we're gonna show you that. But anyways, you see, people are enjoying themselves, listening to music. But around this area, you will see all sorts of people. But law and order remains. People behave well. Police presence is here and there. One thing that police will do for, well, basically, it's a face value control. Because in Russia, there's a lot of basically illegals in the country. People from Caucasus areas, especially, travel to Russia for like a few week visa, and they just stay in the country. I think USA has a similar situation very often. So these people, because Russia don't know who they are, because their visas has ended, they don't know where they live, where they work. So because of this, very often here there's a patrol, and they will stop. And especially here, there's a lot of people from Caucasus areas living and working. Yes, many of working unofficially. So police will come and will ask for papers, basically based on the face value. And that's why in Russia, officially, you should carry passport with you. And especially if you're going to some events, which we're going to cover soon, you should always have a passport because it's a good thing to have. Let's go through some comments. Привет, Igor. Love your channel. I'll come to St. Petersburg soon. Wow. Rightly ordered man. Where are you coming from? And welcome. I'm going to St. Petersburg soon as well. 2 days ago, I was looking at Russia from the Narva border, which was not enough. Yes, and Nelly, please thumbs up. Thank you. Please, everybody, hit the like button. Is the sound okay? I think it's fine in the back, right? Russians are coming here to Ireland, apparently. And the question, Igor, are you Russian? Yes, I'm Russian who lived all my life in Finland, and before that, I was born in Soviet Latvia. I never lived in Russia. I found Russia in 2016. I fell in love with it. I feel it like it's my home. I'm really proud to say it. Sam K, hello, sir. Hello, man. Black Cat is back. All right, rightly ordered man. I'm from USA. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble. Haha. Well, you won't get in trouble if you're not searching for trouble. And are you coming through Narva border, or are you flying in from Istanbul or somewhere else? Yes, Sam K, legend. All right, guys. So you will feel fine over here, guys. I even sometimes, because I want some views, I might be over exaggerating, because if you come here for the first time, you might feel like, oh, there's a lot of buzz and some people are maybe a little bit shady looking and stuff, but nothing compared to what I've seen in Paris, London, all across European countries who are capitals. Nothing like it. So, and speaking of safety and in the big crowds, I was renting a bike here in Finland. I apparently did not put a lock on the rented bike, and it was stolen. I was way in the shop for 15-20 minutes. The bike was effing stolen. I made a police report on it, but in worst case scenario, I might be I hope not, but I might have to pay $500 for that freaking bike. Well, yeah, never happened to me in a country with millions of people. It makes me so mad. St. Petersburg is my love. Mine too. It's my hometown basically. All right. What else I have prepared? Nearby this place over here is. Let's show you a little bit. Yeah, and there is no rough streets. This is not New York. There's no areas where you would be recommended not to go. I have tried to Google it because it would be an excellent YouTube stuff, and I would go there. I've come up with some places on my own, and I've exaggerated a little bit for the video's sake. A Vodny Canal maybe area. Then we went to this factory-ish old Narskaya area. By the way, comes from the name Narva. Narskaya area, all factory areas, but yes, police. But there is no, even here in Sennaya area, there is no shady places. And we will cover a little bit Moscow if we have time. But in Moscow, I tried to find places not to go, slums, projects. There is none. There is no such place, guys. Imagine. And there are places I can come up with, like places I would not recommend to go in certain times. Easily here in Finland, the happiest country in the world. I would easily will come up with some places where you should not be at, or you might see a lot of druggies and stuff. Not in Russia. I'm serious, guys. Hard to believe, but it's true. All right, but speaking of a little bit shady looking places, next to Sennaya, there are places that might look rough. But I've been there with a camera, even though they have threatened me not to film, but I still do it, and it's fine. Hold up. I will give you some criticism on this place as well. Here you go. Here it is. This video is called "Is This a Slum? Russian Notorious Market Aprashka During Sanctions." All right, there it is. So this is Aprashka, and it used to be a beautiful place. I don't know what it used to be. Somebody owned this, and currently it's basically a shopping area for people from Caucasus. A lot of not secondhand, illegal cigarettes and stuff. They don't want you to film because many of them people are probably illegally illegally in the country. But anyways, here is one of those places fit into a category called "Do Not Go," but it's a marketplace. Everybody goes there. If you want to buy, there's a huge possibilities. The stuff is black market stuff partially, but I'm here after hours, by the way. So yeah, let's jump a little bit forward. Here it is. We were here during the winter time at night. It was a little bit tipsy. It was a little bit shady, but it was fine. Bab Ali. All right. And there's actually on the right, you can see that's the actual fire department. That's the fire department. And by the way, I made a separate video. Yeah, they actually invited me in, and I filmed this place inside. One of the oldest fire departments in St. Petersburg. But anyway, that was another video that I cut it out. All right, let's see. So, do you speak Russian? Yes, it's my native language. I speak Finnish and English better than my native language, but I speak, compared to foreigners, I speak great. I speak on a native level, I would say. But comparing to a Russian speaker, I speak okay. I forget some words, and have some wrong wordings. And speaking of a lot of people say that, for example, I don't know about Athens. No, not Athens, but Madrid, Barcelona, Paris, London. It's crazy what's going on there. That you have to watch for your stuff, and of course the States. I've seen videos where they go into as a crowd into shop. They steal everything. Like, what the hell? You don't see this stuff. But
These are
of
not the famous
course,
fireworks
unfortunately,
displays.
speaking of
I don't
safety,
know, made in
in
where?
history there were few occasions, for example, here in Sennaya, but in the metro, there was an
Where's
occasion where
Finlandia?
there was like a terrorist attack in the metro back in the day. I
Simish
think
jackets. Oh wow.
2007 was in Moscow, I think, but later on. So there's a little like there's a little risk, and of course, uh, in this February, what happened, or was it March? Happened the terrorist attack on in
Aspetta, aspetta,
Crocus
aspetta.
Hall in Moscow. So there is.
Uh-huh.
And this is the way to
Bisognerebbe
actually
fare qualche setting.
convert our discussion into next part, which is public massive events and the safety procedures over there. And do I feel safe in them or not? So let's go into that. And meanwhile, while I'm preparing, let's go through some comments. You guys are talking, which is nice. St. Pete is best at Christmas, January 7th. Yes, Black Cat, you like it. You like Christmas in St. Petersburg. Sam K says, don't show Tucker that fire department, it would blow his mind. All right. Kind of reminds me of New Orleans. Yeah, true. It has that, but it's more French, I know. All right. Hold up. Let me prepare. I have prepared some videos. So let me show you, for example, at first, I'm the only YouTuber who went and streamed and tried to stream. I was thrown out. Tried to stream MMA fight tournaments in St. Petersburg. And let's see some massive events. And is it safe for you as a foreigner or not? Notice, I filmed tons of videos, more than most of YouTubers, and I speak English wherever I go. And is it safe for foreigners to speak English? Yes. One thing is that there's a one thing that's usually might happen actually if the vibe is correct. The YouTubers might, if you speak English, some people might get interested of what are you doing, and actually they want to ask where are you from, what you're doing, for what. So if you have some words to start a conversation, people will open up very nicely. But otherwise, they are interested, and the neutral face of a Russian might look to you as for a Westerner a little bit negative, which is it not. They're not smiling for nothing, though, and that's the difference. Oh, a lot of discussion, guys. I'm pouring my heart out to you guys. Remember, if you want to support the channel, you can use super chats, and you can also ask me questions. Actually, let's put a poll. Let's put a poll up for the entirety of this video. Here it is. And the poll will say, is Russia safe? If you believe what I say. Do you think Russia is safe? Safe for foreigners. Here you go. Join the poll. Our likes is 28 likes right now, and 26 is watching. All right, next up is a couple of events I'm going to share with you. One is, let's start off with a rarity. This here is MMA fight night. Let's see just how you walk in over there. This is not the prime time. I came a little bit early. So no matter where you go, to the metros, to it says secret. Hold up. It says secret Igor cam. That was my joke. Anyway, you come into events where or public transport centers like metro or a train, and you always are checked. There's a screening process, and I was going to this one, and no, this is for ladies. She says, I think no. Oh no, she took me in. All right. Anyways, for example, genders are important in Russia. So if the lady will not pat you down, if you're a man, it's ladies for ladies. It's inappropriate, and vice versa. But if you're patted down, it's gonna be gender by gender. So you're gonna go in, and just like in metro, just like in train stations, they're gonna check your stuff. And the train stations and those places have like a proper screening as well. And over here, they actually open the bag and search for it because they don't have these huge X-ray machines. So yes, whenever you are carrying a bigger bag, you are inspected, which is a good thing. Oh. And yes, this might include something more than just cola. All right, you go in. Museums have that as well. And in museums, you must leave your jacket. I don't know, it's probably just for not safety. But this is a sport event. You go in after that, you're fine. Boom. And then we went in. The only thing is, for me, it wasn't safe because I was thrown out because I was filming, and that they had their own TV deals in MMA, Russian MMA. So I was thrown out, but I managed to film a lot. One of my great videos that didn't get a lot of views because thank you, YouTube. But you can watch it. Just write MMA and Igor in Russia. You will find it. All right. Let's go to a bigger event next. We're going to go to just to compare a little bit the safety. A little bit of safety. And let's take a mega event, which is a Zenit game. And I remember that. So I got my Zenit cap from there. Thank you, Black Cat. I remember these things. Stop screen. And now we're going to share let's share a Zenit game. All right. So for example, here you're going to see how it happens. For you as a foreigner to feel safe, here it is. So here we have a Zenit Gazprom Arena. We were 3 weeks ago watching the bike season opening and bike Moto GTO festival. And this was a year ago in the summer where I've experienced for the first time Zenit game. And let's tune into the theme. So yes, I was speaking English whole time. One of the things that might be dangerous is that they serve alcohol let's compare it to the West. They sell alcohol. In many countries, you can take your beer to your podium, wherever you want. Hold up, is there a voice? No voice. Let's put it up. And for example, in a little bit in some stricter countries, you can drink the beer in a restaurant area, but it's very strict. You cannot even cross a millimeter from that area. For example, Finland, I think Sweden maybe. But in Russia, believe it or not, you might think of it as a bad thing. Hold up. Sorry, cat. In Russia, they do not sell alcohol at sports events. Can you imagine? which is a good thing when you think about. Hold up here. Which is a good thing if you think about how people behave and how big events these are. You know, this I don't know how many tens of thousands this. And here for hey, there it is, guys. Check it out. I was told, hey, the left side is free. Let's go there. And for patting down, and then she said, actually, not here. You're a man. And this is me behaving as a foreigner. For here's the ticket, and I'm in. All right, then I will try to go to that. Hold up, to the left side where the ladies are free, but she says no, no, no. There you go. No, she said no. Genders. And here you can see they have a special thing which is quite rare for big events. Um, for the Zenit Stadium, it's probably affordable and it's well, it's proper. So they do the screening, make sure, and they actually checked my bag if it's okay to have that stuff in. So safety is important, and no alcohol in the facility of in the facility. And notice they do not sell even alcohol. There's outside where we started this video from. There's a like a square, and there's a like beer restaurant, etc. It stops selling beer few hours before the game, any events over there. Whoa. Hello, Portic. Check it out. Молодец.
Gazprom Arena.
Portic said hi. Everybody push likes to our cat.
Don't have a cap even. I don't have anything except hard nipples because
All right, there's a comments. All the Russians have
soaking wet.
all the Russians I have ever known were kindest and will be great friends with you if you're open and be a real person. But most Americans are fake and don't get Russians' realness. I don't know about all the fake, but yeah, I know that it's very different cultural wise. I'm sure there's a great people. I'm sure there are.
I don't know.
You guys are great, for example, even though we know from YouTube like this, but still. But I know what you mean.
This is
For example, I had a discussion with Wild Siberian, and he spoke about real friends, about real Russian friendship. That when people are friends, they go hard on
I've
like
seen
for
this
you
from
all the
outside and
way
I
if
wondered,
you need
this is
anything.
so beautiful, so beautiful. Gigantic. But here we are now.
All right, and let's
All right,
go
guys,
to let's see that
let's go together.
place over there already. St. So I was way before the game. I think this was a local tournament. This was Azerbaijan uh, football team against Zenit. There was
I don't
like
know
a
why, but I feel
yeah, there was
closer.
few countries. I think Serbia, Azerbaijan, St. Petersburg, and some other country, Belarus. I'm not sure, but anyways. So yes, there's everybody's well behaved. Everybody's behaving well. Then there's like, for example, public transports.
Super amazing, guys.
And sometimes during the holidays, the trains and stuff might get super packed. For example, I traveled to Viborg last summer, or was it? Yeah, and I forgot that it was a holiday back then, and so it was the train was packed, was so packed that I thought I was gonna die, but I did not know that after this uh, there was like an increase of maybe 40% of more people. I don't know how did they get in. So there's a lot of people come in different places sometimes, and you just have to first of all you have to make sure you stand your ground. Don't try to just go in because nobody's going to wait for you in Russia. That's one thing, but still always remain a proper
All right, guys, do
person.
you want to go
Like, don't use violence. You're gonna
sightsee
end up
because
in
there are
trouble.
different shops
Um, so
already open?
so, uh, but also, do not stand on your feet and do not move. If the line is moving, you have to like take your spot. All right. What else I have prepared for you guys? Public transportation checks, checkpoint, not checkpoints, checks, traffic. I have to say this, guys.
I think I'll do
I don't have a like a
next time
proper
I'm Russian.
video
Maybe
prepared,
I think
but
I'll do
let's
you know
put
a high resolution walk.
Hold up.
But we need to
Let's
have
put a
some
Nevsky video here for the
consultation.
background, and we'll continue
We actually
talking.
sell alcohol here.
This is how you can find stuff on my channel. You can type stuff in. Winter. Let's take this Friday on Nevsky. All right, let's watch this video in the back. All right, one thing that is hold up. One thing that is relatively dangerous is Russian traffic. For example, I do not recommend maybe you are driving on Russian roads. St. Petersburg. Uh, well, here it is. For example, this is Litany, I think, Ligovsky. Hold up. This is Ligovsky Prospect. No, Litany Prospect. There's a lot of big roads in St. Petersburg, and there's always somebody who drives like crazy. And from time to time, you can see really crazy stuff happening. For example, people are getting their driver's license, sometimes maybe not so in a proper way. So people are, that's one thing I would say. Do not drive on the roads and walk and try to look where you're going. For example, when I was doing the car, my driving school in Russia, unofficially, meaning I was driving, I was learning to drive basically. I'm not going through the actual process of driving school. And the driving school teacher said, even if it's a green light for you, you should still do not trust that everybody's like doing the right thing. You should actually still. I'm not showing you anything here. Oh my god.
I don't know, maybe something interesting.
You should always look around. And same thing as a pedestrian, guys.
Oops, trash, not trash. Sorry. Thank you so much.
Dr. Petson says Gazprom Stadium segment is great.
You the
Thank you.
man
I have
or
filmed
lady?
many videos
I don't know.
outside, inside
Thank you for
Gazprom,
your
so
super
you know
chat.
that.
Please comment that you
Welcome.
are
And yes, push like
a man or
everybody.
woman. I don't want nothing.
So
Thank you so much.
yes, and traffic in general is
Party,
dangerous.
party.
Just a month ago, I filmed the horrific, the day after, 2 days after the horrific incident, where for some reason the bus drove from the bridge into the canal, and 7 out of 8 people died.
So check it out. I
So
didn't know.
these news
Let me
happen
get a
from
peek.
time to time in Russia,
And
and
it's
quite
November,
frequently some
guys.
negative news about from traffic happens. So make sure to be careful. And this is something I would say that
Remember, I visited this Vokzal,
is relatively dangerous,
Europe's biggest, uh, Europe's biggest
indeed.
mall, and there was a beer pong competition.
Um, and that's, for example, if you're going out for across the streets, don't listen to the music loud and focus on the music.
It's
Be
a
aware of your
tournament.
surrounding. And the other thing, but I feel safe though walking in general, totally safe. Going to the metros, I feel safe. Eventually, I was a little bit horrified in the beginning. I didn't travel by to. I walked 4 kilometers to train station when we had Allegro fast speed train between Helsinki and St.
A
Petersburg.
lot of young
I
people.
walked all the way to the metro,
Everybody's drinking beer.
to the railway station because I didn't want to use metros. I was brainwashed, just like many of you might be brainwashed with all the negativity about
I
Russia.
think we need a lager.
Let's skip
One
to the
lager beer.
yeah, back to Nevsky a
And
little
I
bit
do this,
forward.
guys, for you.
So yes,
Personally, I don't want to lower the bar or anything, but
Black
personally,
Cat said, "Even Russia, we need street music video you've done." I have a own street musician
hey, I'm
playlist,
literally
and yes, I have new
tired,
stuff
Russia. I
filmed for
filmed
that
today in Poland.
playlist as well. I just didn't release it
Poland
yet.
is a city
Yannick says, look
Petersburg
out for yourselves, peeps.
actually is part of St. Petersburg, a
Yes.
suburban city.
Yannick, were you in Russia somewhere? Did I remember correctly?
From time to time, you can see some people in need.
Okay, that's about the traffic.
Traveling.
And it depends on
Let
you.
me tell
I
you,
know people
say in
drive in
Moscow,
Russia,
I
but
saw a
if you
guy
just
with a
straight
big
from the west,
silver
straight from the other country coming to
bottles and
Russia,
begging.
coming from a country where
I asked him and I
driving
mentioned
culture
it,
is
and I
relatively
gave him
is
a hug.
quite like
Thanks a lot for nothing.
law abiding. Let's put it
Literally,
like this.
that's
Well,
what he
here
said.
you can see bikes
He went to
driving
Mongolia fully and then
150
found some
kilometers on here
pictures
on Nevsky.
in
It's
the
like
bike.
very common.
He was on
But in
anything.
Russia, then of course, those who are watching the
He's
streets
happily
are
followed.
Russian traffic police, which is not
There.
just police; they have a separate traffic police
Write
for
in the
that.
comments where you think he was from.
So
You know.
yes,
So there are
Yannick says I don't
homeless
speak a lot of Russian,
and
but
there are
when I am in St. Petersburg, I can always walk alone, hassle-free. Yes, that's exactly what I said.
hello Ioannis. And by the way, Ioannis, I took a picture for you. I didn't send it yet. I found
People are always friendly
Nechiskaya
and
улица.
helpful.
That means Greek street. Greek street. I found it.
Yeah, that situation. But yeah, I filmed that horrific place where that happened just the day before. I think it was the day before. Is it? It is. It's possible to learn many choice words while driving in Peter. Yes,
You're gonna see some
choice words.
chicks.
I think this is a Russian thing, by the way, Dr. Petson, to say choice
Guys,
words.
you were like
Выбранные, избранные
so
слова,
second
выбранные. I think
seconds,
it's the Russian thing.
right?
And where are you from? I'm from Europe, Finland, but I'm
Let me
Russian.
show you that one here.
Was born in Soviet Latvia. I lived all my life in Europe,
Yeah, you can
and
see some
nowadays
here.
I call St. Petersburg my home, even though I travel there for only like every few weeks because I must work in Finland
Very
for now.
this one. This is the oldest St. Petersburg
Yes,
movie theater.
city center, hassle free.
You see?
This is a Friday night, by the way. Whoa, RT.
RT. That's correct. Foreign
Guys,
agents.
so imagine the same place anywhere else. And notice this is a country, the city,
Huh.
over
You
7
see,
million
it's
residents.
2050.
7 million. One of the biggest in Europe. I think it's the third biggest. And Moscow is also Europe, so Moscow goes up. Moscow is second only to Istanbul. Speaking about European cities.
Guys,
Um,
this is my basically first
yes,
day
it notified. Guys, I told you about
already
this
my third
situation
try
here in
streaming,
Finland. The bike was stolen,
and I've been already to
and
three
they
cities.
informed me that the bike is not being returned.
Our
Of
friend,
course, it's not. It's stolen.
I
The little place like
he
this,
was
and
in
tons of
billboard.
little criminals and idiots.
His dad was in
God damn.
Polpina, Polpino,
And I've informed
and
police
then
because
was
I might be, I will, I might,
for St. Petersburg. I am
they might make me pay
listening
a
to
half €1,000 for that freaking bike. But I informed police because I'm a victim here. All right, guys, let's see what else I have prepared. I've covered a lot of things. Um, I will continue before we go to straight to Q&A to the last section of the video. I would also say that we talked about St. Petersburg, but let's shortly say a few words about Moscow. Moscow is
Welcome,
even bigger place.
welcome, Giacomo.
It's way bigger place, city, but still, I think it's on the same level or even more safer than St. Petersburg. Everything is in order. people behaving, but it doesn't mean Russians are hot-blooded though. So you can see people reacting to stuff. There might be arguments. People show girls show their feelings. They might be crying they broke up with their boyfriends or whatever. So you see all of this life, normal life, but still we're talking about safety. There are no con mans, there are no pickpocketers. There are some, but I mean, like, visually, you don't see. That's why you don't see videos. You don't see videos. Like, for example, I've seen in Madrid, like there's a lot of, or like in Czech Republic, Prague, then like there's a huge gangs of criminals that stealing your money or exchanging the fake money to your euros or dollars. There's no such thing. I was even very suspicious first because of the Western media when I first exchanged money in Russia. That's that is this real money? Is this real money? It is. It's always been. And I still count the money, but I don't even need to count the money because everything is fine. If not, a proper company could easily be reached, police or whatever. So everything is working fine. There's no need to scam
Have to
people.
give a tip for the musicians.
Um, Russian mafia, I'm sure. I don't know about
But
them.
let's go on and
I've seen once during all my thousands of times in Russia. Check it out. I'm gonna give the tip. Once near St. Petersburg, I think it might be a Russian mafia. I don't know. I saw a guy coming out of a restaurant, and there was some argument, and he showed his pistol on his side, and there was city center.
there's once again this
So yeah, I've seen that.
over there. Those you've heard of Catholic priests.
Um, so yeah, but this is once. I even forgot. I remember now as I was speaking about
The
you.
last time I was here.
Black Cat, thank you for being a good mod. We're
Let's
really thankful.
continue on this
All right,
amazing
what else,
street.
guys?
This is, by the way, this is Mala Sadova. This is Mala Sadova. We won't go here, but I'm gonna check out.
I think YouTube has a war crackdown, censorship crackdown going on. Might be. It's definitely not promoting my channel anymore. You always have to vary the counterfeits. I don't think you're correct. There's no counterfeit stuff in. I haven't seen
Most awesome place.
none. I don't know where you've been, but to go to a proper exchange office, no problems at all.
It's a pianist on the streets. This is
Um,
of culture in Russia.
Hello, Hey, let's go through some comments. Hello, Gary. Alvine.
It's not Russian for the money.
Black Cat talked to a guy in Milwaukee. Yes, push the like buttons, everybody. Sam K. Is Sam K a homie? Especially on crowded metro cars, it's important to keep wallet away from wandering hands. I learned this lesson from my bad experience with immigrant types. Yeah, there might be some of those, but I wouldn't name that as a problem because I didn't speak about it and I travel a lot. Of course, common sense, guys, everywhere. Everywhere, common sense is fine
He's happy.
and is important. Of course, you could say Russia is the safest place on earth. It doesn't mean there are no criminals. There are
Imagine being
somewhere.
in this
Common sense, guys.
going
Don't leave your bike unknowingly open like I did today. Some rat stole my freaking bike. Not my bike, rented bike.
Nevsky is
Or like rented city
center.
bike. I don't know. It's the worst.
That's where people drive.
I need to call right first thing in the morning. Yes, right away in the morning. I will try to fix this problem. I don't know. Guys, help me out. I feel my whole day
Part of the money.
went sour because of this. Speaking of safety, and speaking of safety, that guy was promoting walks on. Oh, damn, 40.
Eagle.
He usually says something that I know he wants to come down, but I'm making so much noise he doesn't want to bother me. Oh my god. Second 2 days in a row. So
Actually playing.
what I was saying, guys. Yes, don't yeah, you can go on walks on the rooftops. That's a legendary thing to do. I haven't done it yet. I still haven't done it. But you can go. There's a secret places that certain young people make some extra money. They have a entrance to a certain unofficially to a certain rooftop,
Anyways, what I was saying.
and then they show you around. You pay a little money for it. I don't know how much does it cost. It's not too cheap though,
Roof
and you
walks.
can have epic photos, even on Nevsky here. But when I was on this location uh, during this stream, I showed you this older video where I was invited with Olia to this fire department, and I asked about it. Uh, they said that it is illegal. I thought it's like they don't care, but they said that well, just a few days ago we were called to pick somebody from the roof because they were there illegally. But still, that's something that everybody does, and you can see young people usually with flyers saying "Прогулки по крышам," walks on
So
rooftops.
trunk ahead.
All right. So what else do we have here? Guys, please ask some questions,
100%.
and let's see what's the situation with the poll right now.
Tourist.
Oh wow,
Sure,
we have 24 votes, and
Soviet logo.
the great majority says
I have many of them
87%
here,
says that Russia
but I used to buy them from Tallinn way back
Russia is safe.
because going to
They say Russia is safe,
tourists all around.
and 12% says it isn't.
Hello, Scott. Hello, Lisa. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube right now.
All right, and ask questions
Just need water.
on Russia or
Hey,
safety.
the tower is ringing. Ringing the bell.
Oops, there you go. And Yannick asks, do you also have to go to the immigration office when you stay longer than 7 days? No. And why do you have to? What kind of a tourist? Why need you don't need to go every 7 days unless unless they've told you that you do. But if you're a tourist and you come with a normal 1 month visa, meaning you can stay in Russia for was it 15, 16 days?
Like
15.
expensive stuff.
Um,
Expensive, of course.
you only have to go to immigration. You don't need to. You just need to inform where you're staying. But I guess one place is enough, unless you change location officially. You have to report.
Here, for example,
But
this one, this is Stalova number 1.
and Yannick says because I have a passport from a friendly country. It's the same thing for everybody. You don't need to. You need to notify of your address officially. But that's also something like
Shopping malls here.
you should do it, but you shouldn't worry about it either too much as long as they have some kind of a contact. I think hotel does it for you though, but I don't know what you're talking about. I don't, but I have a different visa though. But I never had, even though when I had a business visa or I had a tourist visa, I never did that.
Armenian church. Armenian Orthodox church.
So yeah, if somebody put the name wrong on you, that's a problem. All right, 12% are NATO bots. Did you see Yeah Russia video when they tried to go to the North Ski Resort? Is Yeah Russia is that hipstery girl that turned crazy? what was her name? From Chelyabinsk. No, not Chelyabinsk. From somewhere. I've seen one video with also with this. What is this Jewish guy who travels the world? The one who been to all countries. I like his channel. Red hair guy. He was with I think with this girl YouTuber. She's yeah, Russia changed her name way ago. Way ago. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, I've seen that video. It's over proportioned, but he's told that one of the scariest moments in his life. This YouTuber, I forgot his name. It was with a D maybe, and so and that's the reason I've filmed videos about being at the border area, border towns and cities of Russia. You cannot be in border towns of Russia, especially if you like well, unfriendly from a friendly country, especially with the northern Korean side. So you know, they should have used a little bit of their common sense once again over here. So they made it a bad situation, but they were there illegally. Let's see what would happen if I would go to, well, let's say area 50, 54, 51. What was it? Or if I go to a Pentagon and just, you know, filming, and my name is Igor and hi, and I have a Russian channel. Let's see what they would do to me, you know. So, yes. And nothing happened to him after all. Good question. What is Russia's cost of living like? I have created my own system of comparison, right? And my system of comparison is based on alcohol, bread, apartments, and different type of stuff. And then, of course, there used to be, it's not my thing, it's the worldwide thing, there's a Big Mac index. And Russia used to be the cheapest on a Big Mac index. It was like a little bit over $1, €1 per Big Mac. And nowadays, Big Mac is still cheap. It has become cheaper. Well, the Big Hit, it's burger is called now Big Hit, and the McDonald's is now Вкусная точка. And Вкусная точка, you can buy a special T-shirts, hoodies. Black Cat can tell you more about my Russian store where you can buy a proper hoodie with a Russian McDonald's logo. But cost of living, let's say apartment. I thought that compared to Finland, which is one of the most expensive countries in Europe, it's around more or less, depending on stuff, around 5 times cheaper in Russia than in Finland, but it depends. For example, brand clothing is almost the same price. Technology or like equipment is a little bit cheaper, but almost the same price. The in St. Petersburg, the average, the medium salary last year was a little bit under $1,000 a month. And that is fine money in Russia. Apartments cost nowadays, it has risen a lot. But let's say a brand new building, let's say 50 square meters on the edge of the city, but on a good location, would cost you around, well, let's say 9 to 12 million. You can get it for cheaper, but let's say 10 million rubles. Divide that by 100, it's 100,000. So you can buy an apartment. What else? Some stuff are really, really cheap. Bread costs you like maybe 50 cents a package. What else do you want to know? So it's many. You can always find cheap way to live off. You can eat at stolovayas, at canteens for $3 proper meal. You will get full. And proper meal, I don't mean like, or you can have a shawarma for $1.50 for $2. It's fat food. You will have a lot of energy, a lot of carbs. So you know, it depends. Then again, for example, Istanbul with right now with the super high prices are rising. For
Yes,
example, if you go to a
the longest
Hermitage, it's
center in
like
Europe
maybe
tallest
20
building,
bucks, and
which is
that's the
way outside
top-notch
Europe.
museum.
It's on the
Then
edge.
Hagia Sophia in Istanbul costs 47 bucks to enter one person. So it's, a lot of things are
You
cheap.
everybody wants to come
The
to
most
St. Petersburg.
expensive museums are, well, boat cruise is 10 bucks, 12 bucks nowadays. And it's a beautiful 1 hour boat cruise.
All
So
right, quiet.
this is the topic I'm special in.
A lot of details.
Good questions, guys. Keep them coming if you want to know more. Black Cat says, Belarus makes you tell the government where you are in a hotel. Yes, it's the same thing, Black Cat, in Russia, and I think probably in most countries as well. Because when you enter Europe as a tourist, let's
You
say,
can rent
they will
like
ask you
a
where
few
are you
houses
staying, and
that
will
are a
ask
few
for
tens of euros.
they won't don't you don't need to
The
report
more
to
nicer,
immigration.
more
Well,
expensive.
not you don't need to be, you're not an immigrant, but you don't need to report anywhere, but they will
For
ask
instance, the
and
next
want to see a
image that
receipt or reservation.
people are gonna go to see the raising the bridge.
Okay, good thing. Good comments. Speaking of safety, I don't want to sound so negative, but it's a good idea to be suspicious of unfamiliar card swipe machines. My final place in safety advice: bank ATMs are usually safe, I think. Very good. Good that you mentioned.
Plus,
Guys, 4 years ago, I made a video that my card was skimmed.
two horses.
So, and
And I
back
actually
then,
feel
I used
bad for
to,
those animals. I don't know.
there were some places that actually they took my card
Let's
somewhere.
go. Iggy is
And,
back.
after that, I never even had to decline, but I haven't seen any that type of payments
One of the
anymore. In
consulting
Russia,
sites over here
every payment
is
is
on
a
the cathedral of St. Petersburg.
touch payment. And if it goes around over some places, if it goes over 1,000, which is 10 bucks, you have
Like
to put
secret
your
guides.
PIN code. But nobody
Maybe
puts
it's
the
cool if
card
you
in
reach
anywhere.
them.
Bank ATMs, Spur banks, etc., are basically 100% safe, and they're all fine. Everything is online. If you don't have the
Maybe it's
money,
a
if
Snickers.
you have the app,
That's a
or if you
trick
don't have the
snicker.
cash or whatever, if you want to make a transition, if they don't have the payment machine, you can just pay online also from bank to bank. It
Press
shows
earbuds.
instantly. But very good point. I
Unlock
had that experience in
activated
Russia
if you
way
lose it.
back. After that, I got my Russian bank card, and so I don't need even the Western card. Plus, the Western cards don't
Like
work anymore.
concert halls.
But everything is very
Get
advanced in
these.
Russia. Nobody
St.
puts the
Petersburg
card in
streets.
basically anywhere.
You get paper
Some
crowns
places
for
actually
saving
I've
money in
paid
town.
in maybe some
That's
kiosk, normal look kiosk chains, so that's fine. Plus, with the Russian system, they informs you as soon as you pay anything or there's some money
how
coming in
come?
or going out,
I would
you will
believe
see
since
automatically that
the valet fell.
you have this transition going on. And for example, if the need be, you can also through the app you can stop the card working instantly. You don't need to make phone calls or nothing. All right, good point. Thank you. Yes, we had 32 watching, almost the same right now. Guys, please push like. I'm a foreigner in Russia and explaining the Russian world and
I
the
saw a
way of
comment,
living and
nice
the
comment by
basics
a
for
person
you in the
who told me
plain
it's
English,
skipping the
simple
video and I
English
get
language. I
notification.
hope in
It's
plain
funny
English
because
language.
we walk in the Nevsky, so that's nice.
Red Clock Tower. Yes, man, I'm running late with these comments. All right. Every 51. Thank you. What kind of VPN I would recommend? I had this Finnish system, F
Anatoly is born
Secure,
in Moscow, right?
but it didn't work
Uh,
anymore.
what was it?
It works only on my home Wi-Fi, which is weird. So I don't know what to recommend
How
right now. I
come?
guess the Nord VPN or whatever. Nord what
Tiny
are there?
town.
The basic ones, I guess. But
The income
I'm not. F
is
Secure
here
was something I
basically
still use,
non-stop
but
lives.
it doesn't work everywhere. Um, if you need some gear like the Russian McDonald's, go check out Russian shop. Link in the description as well. All right, and hello, Weedy. I'm thinking about visiting Russia by taking the bus from Gdansk, Poland, which is where I'm from. and I live nearby to Kaliningrad. Spend 2 days there and then take the plane to SP Moscow. Yes, good idea. And I have hundreds of people writing to me. I have a Facebook channel. I have almost 100,000 subs over there. Go check it out as well. And also join my Telegram. Igor in Russia will hear about the new videos, sometimes some other posts as well. But yes, I've been to Kaliningrad back in the early days of my YouTube channel. You can find all my videos on the link in the description with the to the Google Maps. You could check out some videos. Kaliningrad, I want to get back. It's really, really awesome. It's Russia, but inside with a little bit with the German vibe, old German vibe, Prussian vibe. So yeah, hope you enjoy. And if you don't have the Russian bank card, check out the Russian bank card, how to get it from a Sberbank in few minutes, in 20 minutes, around like that. And go check out my guide playlist, how to get it. Your stay will get better in Russia. But once you have the bank card and the app, you can also in the future buy the ticket for your plane to St. Petersburg or Moscow from Kaliningrad online. The basic Russian railway website is blocked in the West, but tutu.ru, tutu.ru, it works through that website works, so you can buy tickets in advance for a better price. But yeah, it costs maybe $100 to fly to St. Petersburg from Kaliningrad, so it's a good idea. Enjoy the city and go to St. Petersburg. And if you have time, you should travel to Moscow. But Moscow tickets, you need to buy them like few weeks ahead because they're gonna get really, really high. You can travel by Sapsan, which I'm gonna show you soon on my channel. You can get it for 35, $40. But if you buy in the same week, it's probably closer to 100. But usually it's just sold out. It's plain sold out. So yes, uh, uh, uh. And with this Russian bank card, you are able to reserve the trip in advance and explore Moscow as well. But yeah, that's too much. Start off with the Kaliningrad and St. Petersburg, unless you're in there for a month. And subscribe to the channel.
in the news that
Is the sunshine under sanctions because it's not in the many videos, or is it just simply that time of the year? Well, these videos are from way back 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago. So I made a compilation. I made a compilation for you guys to support my topic about sanctions, about safety. Yes, Black Cat's favorites are Stalova's canteens. Is Kaliningrad expensive? Kaliningrad is I think it's this. Well, I was there on 4 years ago, or what, five. But it's probably the same price. It's Russia. The prices are the same. Probably cheaper than St. Petersburg. If yeah.
you have to get a lot of people to work.
Doshirak is poor man's feast.
Just talking about
Boat cruise is a must. Oh yes, once per season as a minimum. I bought a bee drone. Whoa, what's that? All right, guys. More questions. Sorry, I'm trying to get through these before we end up. Can I get a St. Petersburg or Moscow without Russian or with just basic phrases and Apple or Yandex Translate app? Is it worth it to get a Tinkoff debit card even if I'm going to spend about a week in Russia? Yes, if you hopefully plan to come back. There's no expenses for your bank card. It might cost you 50 cents or something like that, maybe $1 to get it. But well, I have a Sberbank Momentum. It's a really good card. It's a Mir card, so you can get it Tinkoff or a Sberbank, and I would recommend get a SIM card first, and then straight to the bank and ask for this type of a bank card. I would recommend. It will help you out even for the week. You don't need to carry your cash. You can put your physical money from any ATMs inside your bank card. So it's very, very good. Plus, when you come back, everything is there. Guys, we have a good discussion here. Where did you learn English? I learned English. I had teachers, but then I had also basically because I do rap music for 20 plus years. So I basically just went through thousands of rap tracks lyrically. I perform in English and performed in English. So and I practiced years, and I think rap. That's why I might have a little bit of rapping, um, you know, rap style, and that I could get it more if I needed to.
Mismanagement is also a
I
possibility.
went to
Yes.
rap concerts and it was swearing.
I
Fuck
think
yeah.
we're gonna
The lyrics was the F word
make
and they were
noise.
not that good. Man, there's a lot of comments. You rap, you have to
See
have a Spotify,
the
SoundCloud.
Moika River.
Yes, I do, but most of the stuff is in English. But hold up, let me
After
give you
a very
this.
loud
Most of my
noise,
English
maybe
albums are not online anymore
time
since I
for a
started
little bit,
before this
maybe
online stuff.
a little bit
Plus,
of
there's some
Moika, just
record
like
label
5 minutes.
stuff that took my album
But
out.
that's the river.
But I have Finnish songs there because I started rapping in Finnish. But I'm gonna give you an album if I find it. And it's you might like it. Man, I'm bad in concentrating. This is a re-released album from 2012, EP actually. There you go.
By the way,
Enjoy this album. There's
this
a
man is a St.
five
Petersburg
album,
legend.
5 song album.
He and his dog.
Igor, you hear something is here to hold chat here. Something is here to hold chat here.
Did you see that?
I don't know what you mean. I see it updating.
Plays music, smokes cigarettes.
Well, I
Dog
send you the English
is
rap.
with him.
All right, guys. Last questions before we go on. And yes, I rap, but I love rock music. I love 70s rock, 80s glam rock, heavy, heavy 70s heavy metal.
Yes,
You know,
the cute dog.
I should play the guitar, by the way. I should, like we did back in the day. Oh, guys, it's been a.
And he drives a electric
Oh,
scooter. Oh, so responsible. This is the
is it?
it's a museum, and that's the
I don't know what is out of synchronization, but I don't know. Love y'all, and I do. Oh, hold up, where is it? Love y'all and respect all of you. You know that. Yes, Black Cat, you're awesome, and thank you for your moderating today. Uh, we had an okay stream, I think. It was interesting. It was information packed. If I won't go tomorrow to Russia, which looks a little bit, I don't know. Can I? Am I able? But we might do a tomorrow a live stream, guys. Do you want to do a live stream tomorrow as well? Maybe not information packed like this one. Maybe just much more of this talk. People have a lot of questions. What do you guys think? Write down in the comments. I tell you all the time, I'm noon, sir. What's noon? John Mark says thanks. We got 34 people watching. Guys, you need to also check the whole video about safety. Once again, this is the Epic Center. Am I going to go, by the way? I'm not going to, in this video, I do not go to the Epic Palace Square. I have a tradition, guys. I have a tradition in my videos, in my travels. I need to visit Palace Square, even though it's, I know it by heart, but I have a tradition. I must visit at least once on public on the Palace Square because it's just so epic. It's not my favorite place, but I need to. Then I need to, of course, walk a little bit on the embankments and see the canals, Gribayedova, Moika, and of course my lovely Fontenka. So uh, lots of the traditions, guys. You know that. All right. I think my colleague is dying. Oh, I hope not. Or colleague. Hello. Hi. All right. A question over here. Hello, Western net like the sky. Hello, Igor and everyone. Yes, you could make a B duration to S. That would be cool. What? I don't know what does it mean. Guys, is it time for us to go to sleep? Have I ever visited a butterfly museum? Uh, no, but I have visited at this Kunst Kunstmuseum. What's the word for it? Peter the Great's personal collection on Never River, and I seen there were some bugs over there. So it's not literally butterfly museum. St. Petersburg has every museum that you ever want to see: coffee museum, emotion museum, museum of weird stuff, historical museums, of course, military museums. Man, and they're cheap. They cost like $4 to $5, or you can find a little smaller ones for 300 or 200. Kunstkamera, thank you so much. But I was there during my tourist phase. If you know my channel well, my tourist phase was in 2017 and 18. That's when I been to the most places. YouTube started after that. Oh, Erarta. Hey, I've been outside Erarta, the modern museum. That's not my thing on Vasily Islands. I walked past it. I never went inside because, you know, it's a big place. But I've been to a lot of more historical one. I like history more than the modern stuff. But Erarta, yes, for sure. Butterfly Museum is very cool. They have live butterflies that will alight. Wow, that's awesome. Can we see your cat? Did you miss when he jumped on me from the top? He's sleeping right now. It's not good to grab him, but you can watch my live streams. You might see him in action. All right, so there's a good question from Weedy. Weedy, you must become a member to you have a good input, and as a member you will see more. And we need good people to become members. Igor, have you ever been or planning to visit Asia, for example, China, Japan, or South Korea? I'm planning to travel to Japan for 2 weeks in September, October. Oh my God, I wish. Um, I wish I could. I want to see China for sure, but I want to see South Korea very much. Well, top priority for the channel, North Korea. I would do it for sure. If I get a sponsorship, guys, I would go there for sure. But I know it's not cheap, and I know everything, and I've seen everything from whatever there is to see from North Korea. North Korea, personally also South Korea, then China. The cities are like crazy. It's like Moscow times even bigger than Moscow, of course. It's crazy. But yes, I haven't been planning a trip, but I would love to do so. I would love to. And of course, I have a lot of dreams. I want to see these Caucasus areas countries. I want to see a lot of post-Soviet countries, Serbia, Belarus. There's a big list of what I want to see and film. But I need the support of you guys, and of course, if I could collaborate with some organizations, tourist organizations, that would be great. I do love people. Black Cat. Hey, hey. He said hi, but he didn't come. All right, guys, Minsk for sure. But once again, if I want to go to Minsk, I must fly in. In order to fly in during these times, I must travel to Istanbul. Instantly, that raises the price for the $200 as a minimum to Istanbul. From Istanbul, you need to fly to Minsk because I'm not able to go. I cannot. There's a visa free if you travel there by international flight. International flight is not considered flying from Moscow because they are considered internal borders. So you must fly from Istanbul or Serbia. Hence, that's expensive. But I'm able to travel from Gdansk or travel from Lithuania to Brest. And what's the other? Grodno, and the other area, the Western Belarus. I can go there, but it's strict that I must be there, and I must buy a certain tourist trip from somebody. It's a little bit tricky, but I definitely want to do it. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Black Cat, for your support. Love you, brother. Love you back, man. Hey. Oh, wow. Black Cat, Igor is a personal friend. We're friends. Cheers to friendship, guys. To Black Cat also. He's been a moderator of the channel and growing the community for a longer time. I really, really appreciate it. And I love you, everybody who subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't, please do. He wants to play. Guys, I'm going to play with the cat. In North Korea. Yes, I know exactly. Yes, I've watched every possible good video and worse video, not so good videos about. I know. I would love to just walk around, but I know the situation. All right, guys, thank you for your support. Thank you, Black Cat, for your, once again, a donation for the channel. Have a good night. I'm going to relax a little bit. It's been a long day. I need to also look what he's doing. He's waking up for the night. Let's do it tomorrow, maybe another stream. Let's see. I have to decide. Black Cat, you decide if we'll do another stream tomorrow. If I don't go to Russia, probably won't go. I have to go the day after, maybe. And so we can do a live stream and just talk, you know. And maybe, guys, we're going to do a construction. We'll do tomorrow a construction of a... Yes, I promised you long ago that we will do some building. So let's do build St. Petersburgian miniatures that I collect as well. Remember these? 3D stuff. So I have a couple waiting to be built. So let's do that. Thank everybody to participating. This is Igor in Russia, soon in Russia, hopefully. And not true. Porti. He wants to play. It's nighttime. And you should too. All right. Спасибо. Спокойной ночи. Пока-пока.